I like the Jamaica Labour Party because the party doesn't focus on how they are going to give an individual a bread, but to empower them with those skills and those abilities to reach towards their goals and their dreams by creating that environment for them to thrive and prosper. I love that about the Jamaica Labour Party, and that's one of the biggest things that inspired me to join the movement that will change people's lives for the better. When the party made the decision that I should go into Northeastern St. Catherine, I wondered, why Northeastern St. Catherine? When I met the people there, interaction, seeing how they live, simple people, hardworking, ambitious, and when I realized that they see in their MP someone who would have carried all their dreams, all their ambitions, all their aspirations to Gordon House to speak for them and to represent them, that's when I was overcome with a deep sense of pride that I was chosen to represent a group of people, humble but strong, hardworking, resilient. I'm happy to be their MP. Northeastern St. Catherine, everybody knows, is one of those deep rural constituencies that struggles with the lack of infrastructure, development in infrastructure. As Member of Parliament, I believe that I have made significant strides, especially when it comes to road rehabilitation, water infrastructure, empowering individuals, helping to build institutions. That, I believe, has been my achievement as a first-term MP. If you're going to ask about what I'm most proud of, I'm thinking about the farm roads that were done in Mount Industry Division, the Troja Road rehabilitation, massive rehabilitation there, the rehabilitation in York Street, seeing USF bringing Wi-Fi into communities such as Gobe, Berry Hill, but most people call it Gobe, and to see where communities where once you go there, you lose connection, enabling those persons, my constituents, to be able to connect with Jamaica and the rest of the world. But if I were to speak of the one that has captured my heart the most, it is Riversdale, getting water, and that multi-million-dollar project being on the way, and to realize that my government had the fiscal space to be able to take on a project of that magnitude that will liberate the people of Riversdale and its environs. That's what I am most proud of. A full day tour in Northeastern St. Catherine. I would take you first into the community of Bonnet, because I appreciate the Bonnet community, because it's a community that's very fierce and proud and strong. It's a community that's on their own vibe in terms of independence. That's the community where you may find the strongest community organization. I would invite you to look at the history of the constituency, because it tells a lot of tales about what happened in the 18th century, the 19th century. So I would take you to Jambos Pond, beautiful community known for yams, right? So if you want that nice waxy yellow yam, you may need to visit Jambos Pond and to hear the story of the soldiers, the horses, to see the actual pond, to realize that it is located at one of the highest points in Jamaica, so the environment there, the climate is cool all year round. I'd take you to Troja. You'd probably have lunch in Troja Division, right? Because it is a magnificent division. I would not take you to the caves, right? Because they say they have caves there and nobody who enters will ever leave the same way. I'd probably test that one with the opposition. I would not do that to you. And the final place that I would take you to, also in Troja, it's in Hamwalk. It's the baby pool, where, according to the fable, anyone who enters the baby pool will be blessed with a baby. And I'd like to see you with a bouncing baby boy. So I take you to the baby pool. The music, it depends on the mood that I'm in, because there are some days when you just want to get closer to God, and then you draw for your Shirley Caesar, or you draw for your local your local gospel entertainers who can minister to your soul in that very special and unique way. And I must say, along this journey, I found myself as recently as last week saying, God, don't let me strike the rock in leading your people. Give me the patience. So there are days like that when you need to be on that vibe. There are days when I'm going through the Mount Industry Division, especially after it rains, and you see those, we have beautiful streams, water sometimes just jutting out of the hills and the mountains and as you go through. And then a nice Bob Marley when you're going through, you're enjoying the whole sunshine and everything is nice and beautiful. And of course, there are the days when you want to hear from Sizzla, you want to hear from Capleton, and that's when someone thinks that they are coming up against you. And so we have to step on them, yeah. So it depends on the mood that you're in. But dancehall, I'm never too far from it. I won't tell you which dancehall artist is my favorite or the song, but after this I'll tell you which Jada Kingdom speaks to me, especially as I'm heading into the election, because nobody can stress me out. What I'm cooking on a Sunday? Well, it's impromptu. It isn't always on a Sunday. I, of course, take Jamaican. My favorite foods, I would say anything with curry. I have a passion for curry, but you must know how to prepare it properly. And I also like food with a lot of pepper and garlic. You have to be able to prepare the food properly. No taste bad food around here. The team is dynamic. The team is
bringing
talented.
water
And they help, because of that, empowering individuals to have access to that valuable commodity. I remember when I was campaigning in 2020, and a lady said to me, Miss, you're telling me to vote for you? My grandmother carried special water. Place in my heart for Senator the Honorable Kamina Johnson.
My children
are carrying strong
water.
woman in
My
politics,
children's children are carrying water. Why should I vote for you?
Of course, it was a relevant question, and I attempted to respond to her as best as I could.
His patience.
But then for me, it wasn't just about responding to her, but to have made the commitment to do everything that I could possibly do to bring that relief to my people. Running water in
Robert Miller.
So of course we have
my colleagues
the other big items, helping to
share with each
connect
other,
persons to their dreams. That's always on. But in terms of this situation in particular, that I would want to see, it has been in St. Catherine Northeastern and to be remembered for, I am supported by the most amazing area councils in Area Council 2. I am supported by fantastic women in the Jamaica Labour Party, and the men in the Jamaica Labour Party, I refer to them as my friends, my brothers, and my soldiers who have my back all the time. Action. She's going to do something about it. She's not all promises and she's not all talk. Our MP gets things done. So if it's a phone call, she's going to make that phone call. If she has to accompany us somewhere and stand for us and face the challenges head on for us, she will do it. Our MP will work for us, and we are at the center of all that she does. That's what I want my name to mean to any of my constituents. Our MP is going to do something about it. Before I get into that part of the question, nobody is surprised that I've entered representational politics. I thought about that just yesterday. Not one person who knows me is surprised, from primary school right through Even when I meet my friends, they say, we didn't know that you were going to enter politics. I taught at St. Jago, right? So I've always been passionate about teaching. And I knew from a young age that my life would have headed somewhat in this direction. Obviously, when you're 8, you don't know that you would have been a member of parliament. But when I track my early life and development, given some of the problems, some of the mischief that I got into as a youngster, I can share one with you. My mother was a teacher and I attended that same primary school where my mother was a teacher. And I'll never forget, one day I took some of the children at the shop next door where my mother had a great relationship with the shopkeeper, where at the end of the month she would go and she would pay the bill. So many times when she sent me to shop, tell Mass Harbour to put it on the bill. And then I had some of my parents in school, and I figured that they were from unfortunate circumstances. And one afternoon, I took all of them to that shop. And when I finish order, and I say, you know what, my mother is going to pay for it, put it on the bill. I remember she gave me a whipping that afternoon. I've not forgotten it. But weeks after, she said to me, I know that you want to help your friend, but that is not how you help your friend. You come and you talk to me first. So right through, even as a teacher at St. Jago, I was always talking for people, always agitating, always leading a movement. And then upon maturity, you learn how to do it and how to do it properly. And the passion that you should carry, and some of the issues that you want to talk on, and some of the things that you need to leave alone. So I'm not surprised where life has taken me, but if it's not representational politics, as they always say, once a teacher, always a teacher. Okay, you want to hear the voice of the JLP adverts. All right, let me give you a line. Listen, labor rights, all roads lead. That suffices. Labor rights, all roads lead to Northeastern St. Catharines, Sunday, July 5 at 10 p.m. Yes. Go down to the green, lush part of the Jamaica Labour Party, the party that stands for the poor, the party that stands for the oppressed, the party that is about to change your life. This is a party, we're not about poverty, we are about prosperity, we're about giving people the opportunities, we're about creating that environment, that space, that framework for you to grow, for you to develop, for you to plant your own acorn, for you to reap your own account, for you to build your own band. That's what the Jamaica Labour Party is about, for that young man, for that young woman, for that teacher, that nurse, that doctor, that lawyer, that taximan, that hairdresser, whoever you are and wherever you are in Jamaica, just understand that the Jamaica Labour Party is building that foundation for you, and not only you, for your children and your children's children. We are already at a good and a beautiful and a wonderful place. Let's not touch that dial. Have faith in Dr. the Honorable Andrew Michael Holness. This is the party that has been there with you through COVID. Steady hands, steady leadership. Do you remember the work Dr. Andrew Holness? Do you remember the work of Dr. Chang, Dr. Nigel Clark, Dr. Christopher Tufton? Those days when we were afraid, those days when we were uncertain, those days when the world was like this. Jamaica, our little Jamaica, stood strong, stood tall, and like that boat that is on that sea, when the water got rough, it was the Jamaica Labour Party that steadied the ship, that guided us, that built the reserves so we could endure COVID, so that we could withstand Hurricane Beryl, that today we can boast about fiscal reserve, that today we could have done what we did for the pensioners, that today we can say no SLB guarantor. how could you not vote for the Jamaica Labour Party? You want good? You know it's not have to run with JLP. We give you the opportunity. Choose Jamaica. Put your X beside the bell. I am Kerensia Morrison, Member of Parliament for St. Catherine Northeastern. On election day, put your X beside the bell. Choose Jamaica.